guys and gals, thanks for checking in. We got down to Florida this morning about delivered about 8 a.m. and let's see, or 7:30 or 8 a.m., something like that, and our delivery time was set for 10 a.m. They were glad to see us get there. So that's always nice when you show up and they're actually glad to see you. What we were carrying, they actually needed. I left there and I scooted across the peninsula over to the Atlantic side. I was going to go over to Daytona Beach because typically in Florida, if I get anything out, more often than not, it's probably maybe around Jacksonville or something like that. Anyway, I figured what I would do is hang out over the weekend, see if I could find me a spot near the beach over there, and in case. Maybe even wait for a load to either come up over the weekend or plan on deadheading Sunday up to. Sometimes I'll just deadhead all the way up to South Carolina, out of Florida if it's slow. But at any rate, I bounced over across the peninsula to Daytona Beach, and about the time I hit Daytona Beach, a load popped up over in. Can't say the name. Anyway, back over on the other side of the peninsula. So I turned around and I hadn't even parked. I got over to Daytona Beach and that load popped up and I got a call, which was awesome. And I just did a U-turn and headed back west. Got paid deadhead miles, and it doesn't deliver until Monday, but I got some extra money for that, so I was pretty tickled about that. I had to get it picked up right away, and it's a couple hundred miles back to pick it up. I'm almost there now. I'm about 40 miles away from the pickup, and I think sounded like they wanted it picked up during the first shift, so I think we're gonna make it. Looks like it's about 1 o'clock right now, Eastern time. So we should make it without any trouble. And it's a couple of skids. Says it's going to be a couple of standard 4840 skids. Since I don't have a standard bunk, I can finagle around and make my mattress fit. Probably I'll look at it and see, but most likely I will get me a hotel room. I've been running pretty steady since yesterday, so I could probably sleep under the van, to be honest. but I'll probably get comfortable. I'll find some place, since I'm not on the beach with this spring break going on. Man, trying to get a place on the beach is just about impossible. Other than that, this time of year, and especially in the wintertime, man, you can stay on the beach cheap. I've stayed right on Daytona Beach, stayed in Panama City, stayed in Pensacola, Destin, you name it, Key Largo. Anyway, if in the wintertime or just the off season, you can stay in some pretty nice places for what it costs you to stay at a quality inn in city. But that's not going to be the case right now because of spring break. That's okay. Let the kids get out there and have their fun, and hope they stay out of the jails and hospitals. We're coming into Lake City right now. Anybody ever heard that old, there's an old trucking song talks about that. What is it? I was loaded down coming out of Lake City. I was checking out seat covers, young and pretty. I don't know. It's just one of them old 70s trucking songs. Every time I come through Lake City, I think of most cities and larger towns have a song somewhere with their name in them. And I'm kind of a music buff, an old music buff, and so I know a song that'll go with most towns. It seems like when I go through them, and then they run through my head. Let's see, what else was I gonna say? Go get loaded. Didn't get to hit the beach. I was kind of hoping to get to see my sister. My sister lives down here in Florida. My sister lives down here in Florida. I've got an aunt and uncle that live down here in Florida, and they're on kind of scattered on opposite ends. If I get a chance to swing by and see my sis, I will. If not, I'll see her on the next go around. She's always very generous and lets me crash out at her place a lot of times when I come through. She lives about 10 minutes from the beach, but they got some construction going on around there, so you kind of have to take a long way around to the beach, she says right now. That's okay. So I'll get loaded up, and then I will probably look for a place to get me a hotel room tonight close to a restaurant and get some well-needed sleep. And anyway, it was a pretty good trip down here. Uneventful. That's always good. Uneventful is always good. Generally, unplanned events are usually not of a good nature. So there was what was the story I was going to tell you? Oh, I've got a story. Listen up. I got a story for you guys. I was coming through Jacksonville. All right, I came through Jacksonville just a little bit ago, but this was a few years ago. You guys, I don't know. Maybe you won't think this is as nutty as I did, but I'd never had anything exactly like this happen. I was making a delivery in I'm sorry, I wasn't making a delivery. I was doing a pickup in Jacksonville at this place that looked kind of like a giant I don't know, hardware store or something. I don't know what they did. I don't remember what I was supposed to pick up. So I had a pickup number and I had a name of a contact. So I go in, and they have a big parts counter, right? Like a big parts counter, kind of like a big old parts store or something. And I tell the guy, hey, I'm such and such. I'm here with Barrett. Here's my pickup number. I'm supposed to pick up this load, and it's going to wherever it was going. I don't remember, Ohio or somewhere. And Jacksonville, Florida. That's where I am. The guy behind the counter, he says, okay. He said, do you mind having a seat and waiting just a minute? I don't think it's ready yet. I said, sure, no problem. That's nothing unusual. He goes around back, and he's gone for, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, and he comes back, and he says, it's not ready yet. Can you wait a while? And I said, sure, no problem. So I'm sitting there, I'm going to say probably 10 minutes, right? And I keep noticing guys coming from the back and coming up and kind of looking at me. Sorry about that. Kind of looking at me and kind of whispering a little bit to one another, and then they go around back again. Again, that's about 10 minutes. I figure, well, they probably either don't have what I'm supposed to pick up or they're confused about the load. That's nothing unusual in expediting. So I'm sitting there waiting, and this I think he was a county cop came walking in, right, in the store, and he walked up to the counter beside me, and he was chit-chatting with one of the guys, you know, behind the counter. Nothing unusual. These are all local guys. Everybody knows each other. I didn't think a thing about it. He turns around, walks out, goes back out. Well, a few more minutes go by, and that officer and two more officers walk in together. And they walk up to me sitting on this stool, this round like parts counter stool, and one of them, probably the bigger of the guys, and of course I'm a little guy, you know. He said he comes up to me and he says, "Have you got any weapons on you?" And I thought he was joking, you know. I mean, I'm down south and back, you know. I thought he was just cutting up, and I kind of patted around, you know. And I said, "No, you know, but I see you do, you know. I'm just cutting up with him." Well, he's not laughing, and I thought, well, that's odd, you know. This is a strange situation. And then he says to me, "Do you mind standing up and just letting me pat you down and make sure?" Okay, now my heart's starting to thump a little bit. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? And I said, "No, I guess I don't mind, you know." So I don't know what's happening. So I stand up, and this dude frisked me, a full-on frisk. And the only other time I had ever been frisked in my life was as a teenager getting into the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Kid you not, they frisked us for water guns and crap, whatever paraphernalia people used to take in there. Okay, so stand up, he frisked me, and then he asked me, "Do you mind stepping outside with us?" So now I'm really freaking out, okay? I got all kinds of stuff going through my head. You know, I'm thinking, oh hell, did I run somebody off the road? Did I run over somebody and didn't know it? You know, what is going on? I mean, you know, you just start thinking all kinds of crazy stuff. And I said, "No, you know, I'll go outside with you." So all three officers escort me outside to one of them's cruiser, and they asked me for my ID and my cell phone. Well, I am in such shock, you know, and at this point, my van's sitting out there, and at this point, I'm seriously thinking, you know, man, something's happened and that I'm not aware of, you know. I mean, I can't think of any incident that had happened, but I'm seriously thinking, you know, holy cow, I've done something, you know, driving that I'm not aware of. Anyway, hand them over my phone and my ID. Now, in retrospect, I would have handled this differently, you know. I mean, in hindsight, right, you can always do things differently. I asked them, I said, "Hey, you mind telling me what's going on?" They, you know, they're kind of wishy-washy, and we'll get back to you. They sat me in the back of this cruiser. This is the first time I've ever been in the back of a police cruiser, and shut the door. And if you've ever been in the back of one, you are locked in, and you're sitting on that plastic seat, you know. I mean, I'm locked in. It's summertime. The dude kind of slid the little glass or plastic window open, turned on the air conditioner so I could get some air back there. They didn't cuff me. I'm not handcuffed or anything. But I am extraordinarily detained, let me tell you, because you're not getting out of there. With I have no idea why. There's more cruisers pulling in, so I don't know. There's probably 5 cop cars in this parking lot now. I am freaking the hell out, right? I don't know what's going on. I can't get a hold of anybody. They got my phone. And I'm back there, I'm going to say 20 minutes. I think that's probably pretty close. It felt like an hour, but it's probably 20 minutes. All these cops huddled up talking to one another. They've got my ID there. Eventually, one of the cop that put me in his car, he comes back and hands me my stuff, gets me out, and he basically tells me I'm free to go. So at this point, I start asking questions. You know, what's going on? You know, why are you here? Who called? You know, this and that and the other. And he won't give me any answers. He's not giving me any answers. And he said something about, well, the guy in there that is supposed to be giving you the load, you know, maybe he can tell you. I said, buddy, I'm not going back in there, you know. And he said, I don't blame you. And anyway, I left. Never got any answers. Now, I know everybody's probably screaming, thinking, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have found out who was what. Well, me too. After I got out of there, you know, and got, you know, all this behind me and kind of calmed down, I thought, man, you know, I would have done it different. But I'll be honest, I was so scared for the first, while all this was going on, thinking that I had actually done something, that I was just relieved to get out of there. To this day, I have no clue what that was about. Absolutely no clue. I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was. Mistaken identity. I'm trying to remember, because I did ask one of the officers or something about, I said, did they think that I owed them money? Is this something that, you know, they thought we're going to order this company, this van to come out here because, you know, maybe I don't know. And the guy said no. He said it's bigger than that. But he wouldn't go into any details. Crazy experience. Jacksonville, Florida. There's my story. I've got another story, but I'm not going to tell it now. I've been too long in this one. Alright, I'm about 15 miles from my pickup. You guys have a good day and good weekend. I'll probably be loading up some more stuff this weekend on my some more videos. Hope everybody's safe. Talk to you later.